members attached to this important subject, which lies at the heart of the fiscal decentralization. First and foremost, I wish to express my sincere local economic development. The Speaker, the government under President John Mahama is...
In fact, Ato is forcing. And then we are praying that Afenyo is going to mark what Ato is doing. Because the way the guy is forcing, Afenyo marking, please mark it. Hey, you know, the land of possibilities, the land of it is possible. The land of anything is possible, except good thing. That cannot be possible within the system. You know, here is the VJ show with Boati News, and to do it to subscribe, share the link, tell the others about the VJ show, and the next thing is you do it to leave a comment. Somebody who asks, to force it, what's saying force it the IDBM? You know, on the floor of the Parliament House of Ghana, Honorable to forcing the finance minister has stated it emphatically clear, especially to Ghanaians, secondly, to the micro minority. Said, in fact, the NDC government led by John Dramani Mahama, under this administration, they are going to make sure that municipal assemblies, DCs, Obia Hobetono, and not just the DC, but rather we are talking about the district per se, about the municipality per se. Said these people are going to work really hard, and then things are going to work smoothly under John Dramani Mahama administration. According to Honorable Afenyo Markins, also Opesu Chim said, Sikabia was here, them mad DCs, any MMDCs, and the year Jumani Nano. All those money has been distributed in full. Aside that, a Kabia Abiner has been able to pay all those monies in full. Aside that, also the money to get fund for them to use it, I said, so somebody both free education, one brano. Oman distributing almost 2.7 billion Ghana cedis, and the Yaman get fund. So this time around, the feeding crisis that was going on within the free education, was somewhere down that. Because John Dramani Mahama, the hope of Ghana, has come again. So the NPP, they should chill and then relax, and then they should even clap for John Dramani Mahama. You know, here is the BJ show with Boati News, and to do it to subscribe, share the link, tell us about the BJ show, and the next thing is you do it to leave a comment. Into Honorable Ato Forson.
Members attached to this important subject, which lies at the heart of the fiscal decentralization. First and foremost, I wish to express my sincere appreciation to colleagues for their continued cooperation. Right, Honorable Speaker, I'll begin today's brief with the District Assembly's Common Fund, the DACF. Mr. Speaker, our effort is driven by President Mahama's unwavering commitment to decentralization development, as articulated in Chapter 20 of the 1992 Constitution. It is well established that metropolitan, municipal, and district assemblies have gone through severe financial strain over the past 8 years due to the unfortunate re-centralization of District Assembly's Common Fund. Mr. Speaker, it is evident that decisions taken in recent years have regrettably undermined the capacity of MMDAs to respond effectively to the pressing needs of our people at the local level. Right, Honorable Speaker, in the past 8 years, a paltry 40% to 50% of transfers to the Common Fund were disbursed directly to the district assemblies, thereby denying MMDAs the ability to spur local economic development. Mr. Speaker, the government under President John Mahama is resolute in its determination to reverse this trend. We are committed to adequately resource MMDAs and ensure that effective and accountable utilization of these resources are maintained at all times. In line with our promise to revitalize the local economy, President Mahama's administration has prioritized improving financial strength of the district assemblies. I wish to commend members of this House for endorsing, as part of the 2025 budget, government proposal to ensure that a minimum of 80% of allocated district assembly common fund resources are transferred directly to MMDAs. Mr. Speaker, without a doubt, this measure will empower assemblies to drive economic growth at the local level and deepen the process of decentralization. Right Honorable Speaker, through this policy initiative, government is guaranteeing that approximately 6.1 billion Ghana cedis of the 7.57 billion Ghana cedis earmarked for the year 2025 will be disbursed directly to local assemblies to spur local economic activities at the district level. Mr. Speaker, in view of that, every district assembly will receive a minimum of 25 million Ghana cedis this year. A minimum of 25 million Ghana cedis this year. Mr. Speaker, our resource extends beyond mere release of funds. We have taken decisive steps to ensure that these resources are utilized in line with government economic objectives. Mr. Speaker, as I say, a minimum of 25 million Ghana cedis will go to every district assembly, a minimum. Mr. Speaker, Section 126(3) of the Local Government Act 2016, Act 936, mandates government to determine the categories of expenditure within the approved development budget of district assemblies that must be funded through the District Assembly Common Fund. In compliance with this, the Cabinet of President Mahama has approved guidelines to ensure the prudent and accountable utilization of these funds. The guidelines as approved by Cabinet are as follows. The Speaker, 25% of the amount transferred to the district assemblies is to be utilized for the design and construction of a model market in each district assembly. The Speaker, 10% of the amount is earmarked for the construction of health facilities where a minimum of 2 CHIPS compounds are supposed to be constructed at rural assemblies. The Speaker, again, 10% of the amount is earmarked for the construction of educational facilities, including 1 KG block, 1 primary school block, and 1 junior high school block. Right Honorable Speaker, another 10% of the amount is earmarked for the provision of potable water in each assembly, of which a minimum of 10 boreholes are supposed to be constructed in rural assemblies. Mr. Speaker, again, we have earmarked 10% of the amount that will be sent directly to the assemblies for the provision of school furniture. Mr. Speaker, in order for the assemblies not to use this amount for the purposes of the administration and monitoring and evaluation, government has capped the allocation for the running of the assembly to be at 5%. 5%. And Speaker, finally, recognizing the need to complete abandoned legacy projects, including the numerous uncompleted structures left behind by the Middle Belt Development Authority, Coastal Development Authority, and the Northern Development Authority, we have also allocated an amount, 20% of the amount to be used to fix the mess that were created by these authorities. Right Honorable Speaker, we are steadfast in our resolve to ensure strict adherence to the utilization guidelines governing funds allocated to the assemblies. Mr. Speaker, as at yesterday, we have transferred the sum of 987 million. Mr. Speaker, as at yesterday, funds allocated to the assemblies. Mr. Speaker, as at yesterday, we have transferred the sum of 900 and Mr. Speaker, as at yesterday, the district assemblies has received, and we have the district assembly common fund has received, and we have transferred the sum of 967,965,073 Ghana cedis from the consolidated fund to the district assemblies common fund, being the first quarter amount due the district assembly common fund for the year 2025. Mr. Speaker, the administrator of the district assemblies common fund is required to ensure that 80% of this amount is transferred directly to the assemblies without fail. and expenditure returns submitted to the Ministry of Finance before subsequent releases will be made. So, Speaker, I repeat, the administrator of the District Assembly's Common Fund is required to ensure that 80% of this amount is transferred directly to the District Assemblies without fail, and expenditure returns submitted to the Ministry of Finance before any subsequent release will be made. Mr. Speaker, honorable members are also encouraged to monitor the utilization of this amount sent to their respective assemblies in line with the approved guidelines by the Cabinet of President John Dramani Mahama. Mr. Speaker, I'm pleased to report that under the leadership of President Mahama and the NDC, for the first time in several months, transfer to all statutory funds have been made promptly and in full. Mr. Speaker, we have not just made them, but also in full. Notably, all transfers due the National Health Insurance Fund for the period covering January, February, March have been paid in full. Mr. Speaker, a total amount of 2,033,469,607 Ghana cedis has been disbursed to the National Health Insurance Fund, and they have received the funds. These disbursements have enabled the National Health Insurance Scheme to settle arrears owed to healthcare providers and to implement the free primary healthcare and the Ghana Medical Care Trust Program, otherwise known as Mahama Cares. Mr. Speaker, similarly, the Ghana Education Trust Fund, GET Fund, has received a total of 2,710,227,947 Ghana cedis. So, Speaker, 2.7 billion Ghana cedis for the month of January, February, March, and April 2025, all transferred and received by the Ghana Education Trust Fund. As earlier announced in the 2025 budget, funding for the free senior high school program is now fully covered under the GET Fund. Subsequently, the challenges, including feeding, which previously impedes the smooth implementation of the program, have been resolved as a result of the payment that we have made. Right, Honorable Speaker, these payments are a clear reflection of our commitment to meet all statutory obligations in priority sectors of the economy. I encourage honorable members to continue to support our effort as we chart a new course towards resetting our economy. The Speaker, let us work together to strengthen the metropolitan, municipal, and district assemblies.
So that's the Minister of Finance, Honorable Forson, and some of the two parliament anymore. And then we are praying that the real John Dramani Mahama is here. I say man. They should not mess up because of muye list mistake. Yeah, no, you say no there. Yeah, fat boga in this one because you say we yeah best sound. Now for fraba yeah best sound. And yeah, but about the issue of accountability, let me just put in this. Penny be this kind of your question and supporters and now your mumu again. You could kind on what this time around better here. You know, here is the BJ show. Do what to subscribe. Share the link, tell us about the BJ show, and the next thing is you do to leave a comment.